so there was a gap from 1983 to, I believe, 2009 when the iPad version of the game came out. Why didn't you create a sequel or a new version on an earlier system or prior to 2009?
I kept bringing up the idea of maybe doing kind of a modern smartphone version. I had gotten wind of the new Apple iPhone, and I said, "Hey, Paul, this is a device we should consider actually doing the newest version on." And luckily, Paul and Elias agreed, and that's what led to the 2009 version.
How was that version? What changed between the original version and the iOS version? I mean, other than just, obviously the touch-based mechanics.
I made the new graphics, and they're really I tried to keep them derivative of the old original Commodore graphics, just so you could still recognize everything, but more detail and kind of have its own little kind of cute style to it. And yeah, the sound effects were probably one of the biggest things that impacted me about that game back in the day. And I decided I wanted to have a sound synth that was very similar to Commodore 64's sound synth, and so I figured out how to do that and slapped it in the game.
What made you decide to use Kickstarter and to go the crowdfunding route?
It lets us hire additional pixel art and coding resources as we need them, as well as, of course, keeping Paul working on the core of the game, and so it means that we can get it finished, way ahead of what it would have been had we continued on the current pathway.
So what is changing now between the most recent Sword of Fargoal and the sequel?
I mean, I really liked the game and its simple interface, and it really wanted to keep that. Like, there's a lot of roguelikes or other dungeon games, see, they got tons of buttons on the screen and stuff, and that's something we don't want to stay. I mean, we don't want to get into, but yet we still want to add a lot of cool new features. So it's been kind of a big balancing act there to make sure that we can do that.
What are the next few months or leading up to the release of the game going to look like?
We'll of course be structuring it so that we have a really organized approach, so that we can start getting the developer forums or the backer forums, so that people can talk to us about game content, working toward our private beta for some of the higher level backers. So there's just a lot of really solid and organized work toward meeting our delivery goals.